Welcome to track one, back here at the Men's Roller Derby World Cup. Gearing up for game 40, Denmark versus Poland. I'm Beautiful Banshee. I'm joined by
the lovely Suffolk Punch. Hello!
Watch out, she'll get ya. So it's going to be excellent to see. I know you had noted some of the prior performances within the last day or so.
Yep, so today these teams have both played before. So Denmark played New Zealand this morning. Denmark scored 66, New Zealand to 60. So Denmark taking the win that time. Canada played Poland. Canada took the win in that game, 235 to Poland's 23.
Yes, so should be interesting to see what they come out with. I think that rumor has it that Poland is quite excited about this matchup. Well, you know, I think everyone has a team that they're just reared up to play.
Yep.
In this particular case, that's Denmark for them.
Yep, and we're just going to take you through some of the rosters, well, both the rosters actually, for the game. So in red with the white accents, we have Denmark, we have 008, Misdemeanor, 0416, Waste of Time, 113, Raven Roller, 114, Knit and Run, number 2, Cheering Pest, 211, Nurgle, 22, Rat Attack, 260, Sternbart, 5, Carmageddon, 667, Unnecessary Evil.
In white with red accents, that's Poland. 12, Adam, 125, Rickrolled, 13, Jay Liddell, 17, Pika, 247, Little Joker, 33, Gregski, 360, Mad Science, 42, Photon Torpedo, 5, Cash Overflow, 614, Special K, 7, Pico, 77, Unique D, 79, Radar, 81, Brutal Impact, 88, Black Blizzard. It appears our teams are ready. Gameplay is about to begin.
Yeah, and it looks like we have Photon Torpedo for Poland against number 2, Cheering Pest for Denmark.
One with a ponytail, one with a braid.
The battle of the hair.
Statement hair.
And the jam is on.
Both jammers going to opposing lines.
Yeah, big hit on the outside there from Denmark. That is Nurgle taking Photon Torpedo out to the outside.
And that is Turing Pest taking lead for Denmark. Get a bit of a shuffle in turn one as the pack gets nice and close. Aiming to take away any bit of jammer momentum.
Yeah, both walls giving offense and defense very, very close together here. As we see a bit of defense there from Mad Science for Poland, keeping back Cheering Pest.
Photon Torpedo driven back into turn 2 in the backstretch. That's Turing Pest able to emerge with 5 points.
Photon Torpedo with a star stash. Looking to the pivot. We do have a star pass to 614. That is Special K.
Special K, what a story. I may have got some intel from Snoogans telling me that around the time of the last World Cup, Special K ran into some injury trouble while he was training, and then played his very first game against Gothenburg in Sweden. And then he was gently nudged to perhaps go for Team Poland. And when he did, you see he made it, and he's here before us. So quite a success story, taking the star for his team.
Yep, and it looks like Photon Torpedo was gone to the box on a star pass violation. There's a little bit of confusion there. Was it the pivot? Was it the jammer? They dropped it on the floor. But the jammer ref confirmed with Photon Torpedo that was his penalty. So he's now sitting in the cheese balls penalty box.
Get the final tally. It appears 15 points for Denmark, courtesy of Turing Pest, drawing first blood. We have Sternbart ready with the power start. Pack giving the jammer line a little space. So we'll see what Sternbart and Denmark can do.
Yep, we've got a defense there with Poland, with Little Joker, of course, from Lincolnshire Rolling Thunder in the UK at the front, taking the brace position. Poland reforming their wall now.
Sternbart crashing into Gretzky, rolling toward the inside line, able to open it up, throwing 5 more on the board for Denmark.
So Poland yet to score in this jam. Photon Torpedo out of the box now, but taken off to the outside by Denmark.
A multiplayer block call. That's for 88. Oh, I apologize. That's 33. Gretzky on Poland. Head to the Cheeseballs Bearings penalty box. That's cheeseballs.com, and there's a Z in cheese.
There is for the bearings anyway.
Yes, for the bearings. Which, from what I hear, because I have not had the pleasure to use them yet, they are named after cheeses such as Gouda and cheddar.
Oh, yeah, lovely.
I love it, how cheesy.
So we saw the first points for Poland there in that jam. 4 points for Poland, 24 for Denmark so far.
Your jammers, if you're just joining us, we have Denmark in red and Poland in white. That is knit and run for Denmark and Pika for Poland.
Yeah, Pika with the shiny, shiny leggings that you can see flashing in the lights on your screen. But it is Denmark, your lead jammer. So that is 3 lead jammers in a row for Denmark, as Knit and Run decides to call it off. Just 4 points there for Denmark in the jam. Takes their score to 28.
Denmark seems to be playing it smart, going with small builds, and it seems to pay off, at least over the first few jams. We are only heading into Jam 4 after all.
Yep, we have Radar up next for Poland and Turing Pest for Denmark. So advantage to Denmark here with 3 Polish blockers in the box. They are released almost immediately on the jam start whistle, but Denmark managed to take advantage, so Turing Pest is your lead jammer.
And the pack coming into the backstretch out of turn 2, and despite a big defensive hit, Turing Pest able to evade it and pick up the points, 5 to be specific.
Yep, and there was a good hit off there by number 22, who doesn't seem to be on my list.
Oh no!
Oh no!
We will investigate this. Oh, we had 33, Gretzky. Forgive us.
It's been a long day.
It really has. And the red, white, white, red. Oh yes.
Yep.
All right, 260. That would be Sternbart back at it on the line, up against Photon Torpedo for Poland. Jammers taking opposite sides, entering the pack. But it is Sternbart able to take advantage of that open inside line, lead to his credit, while the pack keeps it pretty tentative. Turn 1 barely extending into 2.
Yeah, very slow this time. Photon Torpedo managing to get through. No, not quite on the outside. Taken off.
And Poland's defense able to burn some seconds off the clock for Sternbart, but he still gets away with 5.
Yeah, Photon Torpedo kept back there at the back by Raven Roller. Sternbart taken off, but that is a penalty for Unique D for Poland.
And Mad Science with the drawback on Sternbart. Poland regrouping at the front of the back stretch.
And Photon Torpedo is going to the box for a penalty. So you see a power jam here for Denmark.
Clockwise block call on Mad Science.
So big pack advantage here to Denmark, as Poland only have 2 blockers on the track. Probably going to see them extending their lead.
Sternbach coming up to turn 3, gets taken out right beforehand, cycled back mid straightaway.
Yep, that was the blocking of Special K that took him all the way to the back. But Sternbach is through. That is another Grand Slam 5-point pass for Denmark. As the jam is called, so 20 points there for Denmark. Big jam for them. None for Poland in that jam. A little bit of penalty trouble here from Team Poland.
We noticed actually yesterday while I had the pleasure of calling a game for Denmark, they ran into some penalty trouble. So it's interesting to see right now, relatively clean. You know, there's some turnover in that cheese balls bearings penalty box. Your current jammers, Knit and Run, representing Denmark versus Pika of Poland. Cash overflow from Poland off to the penalty box. Oh, joined by number 5. Oh, it's 5 and 5, Carmageddon.
So Pika is your lead jammer for Poland. This is going to be an opportunity for them to make up some of these points. And we have some more points for Poland. 5 points on that pass for Pika.
A brace 2 off.
Great apex jump there from Pika.
If we could get a replay on that, I'd enjoy it. Meanwhile, we've been seeing Poland's defense really putting the kibosh on Knit and Run, able to tick that clock down a little as he cycled back to turn 1.
And we're seeing Pika going off to the cheese balls bearings penalty box on a forearms penalty. As we see Knit and Run shouting at blockers. He wants some offense. He wants to get through. He wants to try and make up some points. Taken off by Greg Sigi on the outside. Oh, that was a big hit there by number 12, Adam. Taking off Knit and Run to the outside. As we see Denmark blocker return to the track. Pika also returned to the track. Both jammers on track now. Of course, Pika was your lead, so this will go for 2 minutes, and that is 2 minutes. Wow, that was so well timed.
Wow, 2 minutes. There we are. So that 10 points puts Poland at 14, and 4 points for Denmark brings them to, oh, no, there were 15 points in that jam. Biggest scoring jam for Poland, and I believe biggest scoring jam in this game thus far. So 19 Poland to Denmark's 57 as they put up 4.
Coming up next for Poland, we have Radar, and for Denmark, we have Turing Pest. Oh, and Turing Pest manages to find that outside line, but closely followed by Radar. Unfortunately, Radar did go out of bounds, so he'll go on a cut penalty. This is a power jam for Denmark.
Turing Pest aiming straight for the tripod of Poland defenders, which drops into a 2-wall, quickly reforming as Turing Pest pushing into turn 4. Able to leave blockers in his wake, 5 points up.
Yep, Special K, Jay Ladal, and Rick Roll there in the tripod. Just couldn't hold back Turing Pest. And this is the 3rd power jam in favor of Denmark. Poland with 3 jammer penalties so far. This is going to be a game changer.
Most definitely, as we were talking about it earlier, how this particular game, game 40, the winner will proceed in playoffs, but the loser will take 21st and they will play the 23rd. Oh, they will play for 23rd. Playoffs continue for the winner, of course. In the backstretch, Peck spreading out a bit, drawing back as Turing Pest taken to the outfield. Meanwhile, we do have Radar pushing up front. Oh, the star has been removed from Radar's helmet. Going for the pass, but it appears to be turning into a stash.
Yep, Radar still with the helmet cover in his hand. Steering Pest kept at the back there by Rick Rold. Rick Rold, of course, of Southern Discomfort roller derby in London in the UK.
Oh, we do have a star pass. That's to 13, Jay Liddell. The jam comes to its conclusion before any points go up for Poland. 15 for Denmark, taking them to 72 over 19. And we are officially 13 and a half minutes into the game.
So we have a new jammer for Poland. We have Gregski. He's obviously been blocking quite a lot so far in this game, but the first time we've seen him jam. And we have Sternbart for Denmark.
Keeping a consistent jammer rotation for Denmark, so should be interesting. Yesterday, Sternbart ran into a little bit of trouble. Gregski taking down one of the three blockers in his way, but able to break the pack. But Sternbart is ahead, though not lead. Jam is called before any points put up by Denmark. 4 points for Poland. Denmark aiming to get 1 point.
So we're going to have a team timeout here called by Poland. The alternate for Poland is Cupid, obviously of Nottingham roller derby in the UK. So Poland, I think, made up of a few different skaters from a few different leagues. You know, it was going to take them a little bit of time to get together and train as a team. And here we can see the points breakdown of the game so far.
Yes, and we're seeing Denmark with consistent builds. Poland a little less consistent, but as time passes, we're seeing more points. So I think just getting their bearings, and no pun intended there, really.
Getting their cheese balls bearings.
Yeah, cheese balls bearings. Cheeseballs.com, there's a Z in cheese. But yes, I think that's what's going to happen. You know, they're getting the flow of it. And they did pick up the 4 on the last jam, so 72 to 23 currently, with just over 15 minutes remaining in the half. And we'd like to thank Sucker Punch Skate Shop. They are the largest derby owned and operated store in Europe. They have an operation online and actually have a physical store. They're heavily involved in the European derby community. So thanks for your reliable service, honest advice, and competitive prices, Sucker Punch Skate Shop. Not to mention, you'll see some fantastic replays during the course of this broadcast. The replays are brought to us by vMix live streaming software, vmix.com.
Okay, and it looks like we're ready to restart after that timeout. We have Pika up to jam for Poland and Knit and Run for Denmark.
A full complement of blockers setting up around the pivot line. We have Pika going around the outside.
Yeah, but he is called on a cut penalty on the outside. The OPR had a great view of that one, so he will go to the cheese balls bearings penalty box as we see Knit and Run on a power jam for Denmark.
The fancy moves, they may look good, but if they're not in bounds, they don't do much.
So the Poland wall at the front, held that by Jay Liddell and Rick Roll. Just the 2 wall now, holding back Knit and Run. How long can they hold? Rick Rolled on his own now.
Rick Rolled, never going to give you up, never going to let you down. I can't resist. I had to. And I do want to point out, I do believe we were given wonderful information by our fabulous producer, KP, that this is the 4th power jam in favor of Denmark. So those jammer penalties making an impact on Team Poland.
Yeah, I wonder if that's why we've seen, you know, a couple of changes in the jammer rotation. We saw Gregski in the jammer rotation, so they're maybe thinking about changing it up slightly. But I think they are feeling their way through this game.
Rick Rolled, shoulder to shoulder, almost cheek to cheek. Definitely doing his job. We've got some great replay action going on.
Here's Knit and Run.
Which I love that name. I really need to know if part of Knit and Run's pregame ritual is to sit and knit.
And that was a great hit there by Brutal Impact. That really was a brutal impact, taking Knit and Run down to the floor.
All right, our jammers before us, 79 Radar in white for Poland. Denmark's numero dos. That would be
Turing
Pest, yes. Wearing red.
I can tell from the ponytail now.
Yes. You're like, wait a minute. Braid. Photon. And we're seeing a great deal of blocker traffic for Turing Pest put out by Poland. Though there is a bit of offense causing distractions, they can't quite regroup, but are able to drive out Turing Pest in turn 2.
Yeah, little joker there with the hit out on the outside.
I don't think Turing Pest finds that amusing.
No, I don't think he does.
All right, we do have a power jam in favor of Turing Pest in Denmark once more. That makes it 5.
So Turing Pest hitting the wall at the back there. That was Mad Science taking him off to the outside. As Turing Pest hits a full 4 defensive wall now of Polish blockers. But he manages to get round. That'll be a 5-point Grand Slam.
A high block call on Mad Science off to our Cheese Balls Bearings penalty box.
As Turing Pest calls the jam, looks like we're going to start power start for Denmark.
And if you are not able to make it here to join us at the Men's Roller Derby World Cup 2018, you can get your very own official merchandise on the website, mrdwc.com/merch.
Oh, we're just seeing the hit off there from the Poland blockers taking off Turing Pest.
Oh, yes, over in turn 2.
Oh, we've got a great close-up there of Sternbart's mustache.
He's got a styling goatee, gotta say.
Yeah, he does. And he's got style in skating because he is your lead jammer. As it looks, we have number 79 Radar for Team Poland.
Okay, the pack keeping it slow as it inches into the back stretch. Denmark taking front. Not quite enough to hold back Radar, though still no points. And the jam, 2 points for Radar. 5 points for Denmark, so current score 87 Denmark, 26 Poland. Just under 11 minutes remain in the half. It's so nice to say, in the half. Now that we are at full-length games once again. The short games, for most of us, it was a bit of a shock.
Yep, so we have Turing Pest and Pika again up on the jam line. Turing Pest pushing the Poland wall right to the front, gets around the outside for lead.
And our producer had mentioned Denmark. They're using a tight 3 jammer rotation, so they know what works for them at this point, keeping it going. And a cut call on number 17, Pika, so that means an additional power jam for Denmark. Pat keeping it slow, Turing Pest entering. Polish defense, we'll see if they've got what it takes to detain him. Not quite, not this time. 5 up for Turing Pest.
As we're seeing a bit of penalty trouble here for Denmark, as another blocker to the box. 1 returns from the box, but just 2 blockers on for Denmark. As Turing Pest goes again round the outside. Got a bit of speed about him, Turing Pest.
Oh, just a little.
Just a little. Helps being a jammer.
Oh, yes. Those speedy feet come in handy.
As Pika is released, he makes his way through the pack. I don't think with too many difficulties.
Poland at the front of the pack as it emerges into turn 3. Turing Pest getting taken to the lines by their defense. The jam is called, and we have a total of 12 points for Denmark, taking them to the brink of 100. 99 points for them to Poland's 29 as they get 3. And again, the point for Jam, the consistency of Denmark. And you're seeing, of course, they're hitting some strides, but that's purely due to the power jam situations that have been, frankly, a gift.
Yeah, Poland, real jammer penalty issues. But up next we have Gregski. He did very well last time for Poland, last time he jammed against Sturmgaard.
Both jammers taken down to the infield right in turn 1, coming back around. Pat getting a little jukey itself. And it is Gregski taking lead.
And I think it's the second time he's jammed, second time he's got lead. So 100% lead for Gregski so far.
Not too shabby. Sternbar able to break the pack, though 30 seconds into the jam.
And that's going to be a direction on number 5, Cash Overflow for Denmark as Gregski makes his way out of the pack. But that is a cut penalty on Gregski, so he will go and sit in the T-Balls Bearings penalty box. Power jam again
7
for Denmark.
That's a total of 7 that we're getting to at this point. 5 points up for Sternbart. And we'll see if this prompts any sort of change in the rotation. One could only guess, and we won't. Okay, Pat keeping it slow, getting nice and close due to a reduced number of blockers on the track. Sternbart caught up on 125. That is Rickrolled doing the dance, but taking a direction call. Oh, forearm call off to the Cheeseballs Bearings penalty box, which is seeing a great deal of activity. Appears someone has lost a knee pad cover.
Yeah, just a bit of plastic there on the track.
You know, track hazard.
Who needs knee pads anyway?
Sternbart headed right into the trio of Poland blockers at the front of the pack. Comes up in the middle as if they were going for an elevator door.
As we just saw another penalty for Gregski. That's his second penalty in the jam. So again, double power jam now in favor of Team Denmark.
Gregski frozen in the box.
Yeah. So we're seeing replays. You can see Rick Rolled there, taking off Sternbart to the outside. Boom. But yeah, that was a forearms penalty on Rick Rolled.
Yes.
Nice try, but yeah.
And we have intense game watching in the stands there. There's a little bit of nail-biting situation happening. And currently Denmark's at 118, Poland 33. We are in jam 14.
Oh, we have
Turing
Turing Pest
flying into the infield.
Yep, another good strong hit there from Rick Roll to the inside. As we have Lil Joker now joining the tripod at the front for Team Poland. Brutal Impact taking the brace position, keeping that wall strong.
The tempestuous trio has now turned into a quad, leaving the inside line open. Turing Pest picks up lead.
Yeah, but Gregski is out of the box now and out of the pack. He's not lead jammer, but he is chasing down Turing Pest.
Well, the quarter lap may not have made a difference. We'll see if any points go up.
Yeah, just 1 point for Denmark in that jam, and we can see Turing Pest, that big hit there from Rick Roll, taking him to the inside.
Clearly, Rick Rolled is no joke. And we'd like to thank our volunteers here at the Men's Roller Derby World Cup. Actually, as shown on screen in their yellow volunteer crew shirts. And we couldn't have the event without them, so thank you once again.
So we have a team timeout here for Denmark, so we can bring you some information on our other sponsors. Quad Skate Shop is Europe's original brick and mortar skate shop. Outstanding selection with delivery guarantee. You can also check them out online at quadrollerskateshop.com.
Fantastic. And we'd also like to thank Roller Derby Elite. They are a proud sponsor of Worldwide Roller Derby, and they continue to match luxury with technology. Whether you play in competitive league or skate in the street with your friends, it's all about the experience. Get out there and skate. RollerDerbyElite.com.
And we're just seeing a little bit of replay action here. Some jammers flying through the air, some blockers doing their thing.
And vmix.com providing excellent highlight reel so far. We have Sternbart pushing up on Rickrolled, able to take him out with the shoulder, which ended up with a forearm call after all.
Yeah, and we're back to the live action. We have Photon Torpedo for Team Poland and Knit and Run for Denmark. So Photon Torpedo's taking a little break from jamming.
9 jams.
Yeah, so little break. So maybe he's got some energy back now.
It's always nice to be able to recharge.
Recharge those photons.
Photons.
Like a solar panel.
Knit and Run working against the Polish defense. Got a pair in the back of the pack holding him. Also Photon Torpedo being taken to the outside line. And it is Knit and Run taking lead for Denmark.
Yeah, as we see, 2 blockers for Poland taking the cheese balls bearings penalty box. So a pack advantage here to Denmark and Knit and Run.
Denmark's offense doing their part to distract the remaining 2 Poland blockers.
Yep, as Photon Torpedo out of the pack.
They cycle cash overflow to the back as the pack keeps it slow heading into turn 4.
Yeah, Knit and Run deciding to call that off before Photon Torpedo can hit the pack and score any points.
And we have a replay showing Knit and Run emerging into the pack with a quick little hop, going to the inside and cycled back. Number 17, Pika, representing Poland up against Sternbart, stable of Denmark. And if you're just joining us, thank you. We have Denmark in red and Poland in white.
It's not confusing at all.
No, not at all. It's really testing our focus at the end of the day. I'm proud of us.
And Sternbart makes his way through, and he is your lead jammer for Denmark. But Pika is also through, chasing down Sternbart. The pack with their 4 walls. There's some offense there for Sternbart. He's taken off to the outside by Gregski, but doesn't give him time to recycle. And we can see Sternbart making his initial pass here. Just manages to get around that last Polish blocker to earn lead status.
And Punch, I just wanted to point out, in case you missed it, over in the stands, we have some Poland fans, and there's a sign that says Pierogi Power. Pierogies are delicious. So Pierogi Power being a Polish dish or delicacy, Pierogi Power, that's their thing.
Awesome.
Yeah, I think that's really cute. We have Radar, speaking of our friends in their Pierogi Power with Poland. That was not alliterative at all. Versus Knit and Run in red for Denmark.
Cool. And big shout out to anybody watching at home in Poland or in Denmark. Hello.
Yes. We're glad to have you. And if you're not in Poland or Denmark and you're just watching from home, that too, thank you. And in case you were curious about the updated chart, you can, regarding the game formats, you can go to live.mrdwc.com/overlays and you can see our little bracket.
Awesome.
Yeah. Okay, the jam is on.
So we have Knit and Run for Denmark. And unfortunately, the Poland jammer is called on a cut penalty. That is 79. That is Radar. So he will go and sit in the cheese balls bearings penalty box. And we have both jammers sitting in the box for 1 second only. Both jammers released at the same time. And that was the first jammer penalty for Denmark. It was very, very quick. He only sat down for 1 second, so not too bad. Of course, we won't see lead jammer in this jam, as both jammers have had a penalty, but Radar is out of the pack first, so he is now eligible to score.
Knit and Run still pushing it out, taken to the floor before turn 3.
Yeah, that was Gregski taking the Knit and Run to the floor. Unfortunately, not very legally, so he goes to sit back in the T-Balls Bearings penalty box. As Radar, yes, that was a cut penalty. Toe stops on the inside, I'm afraid. So he will go and sit down in the box also. So Knit and Run on a power jam now for Denmark, but it is Rick Rolled in that wall, giving him a bit of jip.
Rick Rolled, a formidable blocking force of Poland. Must be the pierogies. I'm sorry, I can't let it go.
No, I want to try one now.
Oh, they're delicious. It's like ravioli in a way. Instead of being filled with cheese necessarily, there's usually potato, onions. There are many different things that they can put in them, but potato and onions and cheese, it's just carby goodness.
Ooh, it sounds delicious.
So if you have the opportunity in your travels, do it.
Yep, so we saw Radar released from the box as Knit and Run just couldn't get past that two-wall at the back of Gregski and Rick Rolled, and we're going to see a replay of the start. So Radar, yep, that was his penalty, Knit and Run. Big hit there from Rick Rolled. And we have Photon Torpedo for Team Poland, taken off to the outside. And we have Sternbart for Team Denmark. Both recycled to the back of the pack. Photon Torpedo with the Denmark wall at the back. But it is Sternbart who is released first. He is not lead jammer. He didn't pass all the blockers legally. So Sternbart is out and scoring points, but is not your lead.
And Punch, I've just been advised we're going to have a halftime show, which will appear on the live stream. So I'll have some more details for our fans at home shortly as to what they may see.
Yep, so we are seeing Sternbart here on scoring pass. Photon Torpedo still to make his initial pass, and it looks like he is going to the box now on a low block call. So we'll see a power jam for Denmark.
Sternbart does not mind one bit.
And that was hit off there by Lil Joker of Poland.
Mad Science creating some chaos in the middle of the pack.
Yeah, I think he fired Lil Joker there at Sternbart.
Sternbart able to come round the outside in turn 4, adding 5, 15 thus far.
So Sternbart again hits the Poland wall at the front. So we have Mad Science and Lil Joker all taking a go at Sternbart, but he spins his way around the blockers. Another 5 points there for Sternbart. 20 points so far in this jam.
If we could get a replay of the tripod from Denmark in the back of the pack, really just putting a hurt in on Photon. It's incredible. Check this out. The pairing of 2-1-1. That would be Nurgle. And I'm sorry I didn't see his cohort, but they were doing a heck of a job working on things in the pack.
And looks like we have an official review being called at the moment. So we'll bring you those details as we get them. As we can see, Sternbart there taken off. Not quite by the Poland wall. Manages to stay in bounds on that 20-point jam.
While we wait for our team time, our official review that's been called by Poland, just let you know what you're about to see with our halftime show. We'll have the veteran B-Boy Valen from Lunatic's crew, winner of uncountable competitions, facing B-Boy Muad from Bama Squad, a young star in a battle between the old and new school. So we're in for a treat. That's right, there's the pierogi power sign. And the fan has no idea we're on her, but that's okay. We appreciate the pierogi power message. It's to be spread all over the world now that it has been on the interwebs.
So we're just going to wait for the outcome of this official review before we go to our halftime show.
And we were discussing how lead percentage and also jammer penalties and how they impacted the first half. 50% of the jams in the first half had a jammer penalty for Poland. Okay, it appears that we are officially at intermission as the official review closed out, and we'll have our halftime show shortly. But thank you very much. We're going to take it to track 2 just to give you an update. Philippines 70 points, Team Colombia 46. All right, I'm Banshee.
And I'm Suffolk Punch.
We'll be back shortly.
I ruin everything. I'm so sorry.
there, we are back here at game number 40, Denmark versus Poland at the Men's Roller Derby World Cup. Leading things off after Denmark's 20-point jam at the half, 145 points to Poland's 36. The one thing we were talking about during the half, after that fantastic halftime show, we were discussing how the jammer penalties for Poland really impacting their ability. Oh, and we have an instant replay. Thank you, VMix. VMix.com, bringing us the B-boy dancing. But we were talking about how those penalties have come into play. And oddly enough, the only skaters on Poland that are in jeopardy regarding penalty counts are jammers. So what do we have on that?
So we have Gregski on 5 penalties. We have Photon Torpedo on 4. Photon Torpedo on 3, Radar on 4, and Pika also on 3 penalties. So I'm guessing the aim for Poland is going to be keeping their jammers out of the box, and I think we're going to see a very different game if they can manage to do that.
Yes, I think that's a very safe goal to have. Also, to at least with returning to regulation gameplay, we are back to regulation penalty counts. So it's not as if earlier in the abbreviated games where we had abbreviated penalty counts that they are in as much danger. But still sitting at 5, not always the best, but we'll see what they can do. We have Sternbart lining up for Denmark. So again, Denmark is in red, Poland is in white, and Pika jamming for Poland.
And we have a full complement of skaters on track at the start of this second half of the game. So we're going to see probably some strong defense from both teams.
And lots of smiles because I know everybody's having a great time out there.
And big hit off there by Nurgle from Team Denmark. Takes Pika off to the outside, but Sternbart also recycled by Rick Rolled. You love Rick Rolled, don't you?
Rick Rolled is now my favorite member of Team Poland. I just, not just because of his name, but he is feisty, and I like his style on the track. So, yeah, Rick Rolled is cool.
Okay, in the meantime, we have Sternbart, who has gained lead jammer status. He is now on a scoring pass, as Pika still not managing to get past that Denmark wall.
Sternbart spinning around the outside, evading being knocked out of bounds by Poland's defense. Able to add 5 to their tally. Meanwhile, Pika getting caught up in a pair of Denmark blockers. That's 0-4-1-6, waste of time, along with 22. That's Rat Attack. Rat Attack getting a call. Oh no, it wasn't Rat Attack. Oh, it was neither of those 2 blockers. Somebody picked up a forearm in the process. Oh, that's their pivot. It was a little confusing because the cheese balls bearings penalty box got a little crowded right in front.
I think that's Nurgle for Team Denmark.
Yes, Nurgle remains in the box. Nobody else is at this time for Team Denmark.
Okay, so we have Knit and Run for Denmark, Radar for Poland. Denmark just had a few too many skaters on the track just then, but it has been sorted now. We do actually have 2 Denmark blockers in the box, so we're going to have an advantage to Team Poland at the start of this jam with Radar up to jam.
Radar ducking behind Knit and Run, seeing if that causes a diversion. Not exactly what he was going for, but taken back to the jammer line, able to come up the straightaway, though taking a right before turn 1.
And Radar hit off there by number 22. That is Rat Attack from Denmark, and it is Radar, your lead jammer for Poland. So Knit and Run just got Lil Joker at the front there to get past. Now we have Cash Overflow trying to come in and help Lil Joker. Didn't quite get there in time. Knit and Run through the pack. Radar goes to the box on a forearms penalty, so power jam for Denmark.
Knit and Run coming up the inside line. taken into the infield, so bouncing back, trying a new way, coming up to the outside, and cutting up, attempting to slice through the trio of blockers from Poland right up front.
Yep, so we had Lil Joker and Cash Overflow, Special K and Gregski, the Polish ball there, trying to hit, knit and run off.
Yes, and Nurgle throwing in a shoulder with a little bit of offense that assisted on that pass. But knit and run at it again, up against Cash Overflow and friends. And, oh, knit and run taking a tumble.
And there's going to be a low block call on Radar on that, barreling into knit and run on the inside there.
Okay, that places Radar at 6. Knit and run taken back by Gregski. Jam reaches its conclusion. And we had an 8-2 jam in favor of Denmark, taking them to 163 over 38. We are 4 minutes in to the second half.
Yep, and we have Turing Pest on the jam line for Denmark, taking this power start. We have a full complement, though, of Polish blockers on track. As we just have a little official timeout here, we can bring you some information on our sponsors.
Yes, that's right. The replays this weekend are brought to you by vMix Software at vmix.com. Also, Europe's original brick and mortar skate shop is Quad Skate Shop. Outstanding selection with a delivery guarantee. You can also check them out online at quadrollerskateshop.com.
And also, we have a lot of merch here at the Men's Roller Derby World Cup. You can buy official merchandise for MRDWC 2018 online at mrdwc.com/merch. Merch, of course, from the lovely Roller Derby City, another one of our sponsors. As we see the jam start, we have Turing Pest for Denmark. Being chased down by Rickrolled on turn 2 there, but Rickrolled didn't quite get there in time, so Turing Pest is your lead jammer on this power start for Denmark.
And Denmark fighting for the front of the pack. Enough just to separate Rickrolled from the remainder of his teammates. 5 points up, Turing Pest.
Yep, as we seen a star pass here to Mad Science, but immediately on a cut penalty. So Mad Science taking a seat in the Cheese Balls Bearings penalty box.
Turing Pest getting caught up on Rickrolled with some backwards blocking, driving Turing Pest to the infield.
Yeah, big hit there by Brutal Impact.
Pack staying in the back stretch. Turing Pest able to escape down the middle. A total of 10 up in this jam.
So Mad Science released from the box as the jammer. As we see Turing Pest held back by Brutal Impact and Rickrolled at the front.
It's a dastardly duo as Brutal Impact takes Turing Pest out in turn 4.
And we see Mad Science on another penalty. So I think, is this the third jammer penalty in fourth? This is the fourth Poland jammer penalty in this jam.
Turing Pest working hard through that pack, zigging and zagging. A total of 20. Seeing Carmageddon going for the goat in the back of the pack. Didn't quite work at Jam's end.
Yep, another 5 points picked up there by Turing Pest. 25 points in that jam for Team Denmark. With Poland still with some jammer penalty issues in this game.
We have Photon Torpedo lining up against Sternbart off the jammer line. Again, the pack taking some space. We're seeing a lot more of the up front lineup near the pivot line. seeing Poland's 2 blockers on track right in the middle. And that's right, they didn't field enough blockers as they have 1. Oh no.
They have 2.
They have 2 in the box,
Gretzky
yes.
and Black Blizzard blocking for Poland.
Yes, and there was a blocker released right at the start of the jam.
And unfortunately, Photon Torpedo out of the pack, but gains a cut penalty. So he will sit in the Cheese Balls Bearings penalty box as we see Sturnbart. Sturnbart, I don't know where that came from.
That's a great combo, though.
Sturnbart's coming through for lead and just gained 5 points on his first pass.
Waste of time taking a trip to the penalty box. Poland taking front position in the pack. Gretzky at the helm of the brace. Sturnbart taking the inside line.
Yeah, but some nice, I think, considered offense there from Team Denmark, breaking apart that Polish tripod wall.
Sturnbart comes in on the diagonal, taken to the outside, able to bounce back in, taken down by Gretzky.
Yep, he only put 1 hand down out of bounds, so that wasn't a cut penalty that Gretzky was looking for.
Despite the gesture, yes.
Yeah. But Sturnbart is out through another 4 points on that pass, as Photon Torpedo is now out of the box.
And we're seeing the pierogi power in the crowd.
As Sturnbart calls the jam. Another 2 points in that jam as we see Sturnbart on our replay hitting that tripod wall. Gretzky in charge.
It looks like a huddle.
And there's the offense from Denmark coming in, and we know that Sturnbart comes through on the inside on that great offense from Team Denmark.
Pika versus Knit and Run off the jammer line.
1 blocker apiece in the box.
And for Denmark, their pivot is the 1 blocker. So that could impact things should they want to pass. But we haven't seen much of that in this game, at least not on the Denmark side. A smushy pack getting super close, spacing out just a hair. A lead going to Pika.
Yep, and I think this is the first lead for Poland in this half? Second lead for Poland in this half. As Pika manages to keep his feet when he's been hit by misdemeanor, but keeps his feet, gains some points. 5 points on that pass. Oh, an apex jump there from Pika, jumping around that Denmark wall.
Well, Pika's jump landed perfectly to seal Knit and Run back into the pack.
Yeah.
So he couldn't have planned it better.
No, that was perfect. As Knit and Run having some trouble with the Polish wall. We've got Rick Gold in there, we've got Lil Joker in there.
Nurgle went down on the apex, but able to bounce back in there and use some force to break things up amongst Poland's defense.
Yeah, but the Danish wall managing to keep together now. I think they've settled into this jam, so keeping Pika back behind their tripod.
A fierce shoulder from Rickrolled, taking down Knit and Run. Bounces right back up.
As Pika is out, and that's a 5 point pass for Pika. Huge jam here for Poland, 15 so far. As people are in and out of the box, 2 Denmark blockers in the box. Pika straight drive-by on that pass, another 5 points. Could this be the highest scoring jam for Poland? 20 points. The crowd goes wild. Pierogi power.
It's the pierogi power. They've got the flag, they've got the sign, and check out this replay. Thank you, VMix. As Pika bean dips right around, catches off balance a bit, but manages to stay inbounds and in play.
And are we going to see an apex jump? Whoa,
Oh, yes.
There we go. Great, and we can see him holding in
the seal
Yep.
that kept knit and run. Oh, look, it's our house announcers, Ruckus Ron and
Battered sausage.
Battered sausage. I know, I've been calling her sausage and I forgot the first part. Thank you. She even has a necklace that says it. It's amazing.
Yeah, you can actually read it on the screen too.
Yeah.
So it looks like we have a team timeout called by Denmark. Very clever, I think. Team Poland just getting a little bit of momentum there, so Denmark trying to stop that momentum. So we can tell you a bit more about our sponsors.
Yes, Bruise skate straps. Skates don't fit quite right? Don't let foot or heel slippage mess with your game. Check out Bruise skate straps. They wrap around your foot and plate. Your boot and plate to keep your feet in place so you can improve your agility. Be better with Bruised skate straps. BruisedSN.com.
Yep, and we just saw the score breakdown. So that was the biggest scoring jam for Team Poland. Just then, 20 points scored by Pika.
Oh, and we had a little dance moves coming from Team Poland.
Yeah, it looks like we have Adam lining up to jam for the first time, I believe, in this game for Team Poland against Turing Pest for Team Denmark.
Given that little sassy dance move, I'm going to call him a damn.
Damn.
A damn. I will have fun with names as much as I possibly can. You leave the door slightly open, I will come crashing through it like the Kool-Aid Man.
A damn.
Taking lead. Meanwhile, we have Turing Pest fighting against Polish defense in turn one, trying to push it out. We'll see what happens here.
Oh, and I think we just see Adam going to need some medical assistance. I think he took a hit right to the stomach area. So we're going to get him some medical assistance. We're going to see a replay at the moment. That was Adam getting out of the pack and gaining lead for Poland.
And lucky for us, we have some fantastic medical staff on hand here at the facility, so we're grateful for that. Hey, friends. All of a sudden, oh, hey, you're on camera. It's too bad I don't have a pierogi power sign. I don't know. They also have a great Polish flag, but we'll take a look at our points per jam. The consistency, again, of Denmark and the builds as power jams occurred in their favor. And then we do see two spikes here. 15 points and 20 points for Poland.
Yeah, so I think when Poland can get lead, they are able to score some points, but their jammer penalties still, getting them in trouble. Whereas Denmark, we can see consistently getting lead, consistently scoring points in their jams.
Yes. And we're glad to see that Adam is returning to his bench of his own accord.
Yep.
So that's good to know, and no major injuries to worry about. So 2:05 Denmark, 58 Poland. We're about 11 and a half minutes into the second half, and it's really a treat to see both teams so fired up.
Yep, still, especially this is day two and the last game of day two. So. They've got to be going some to keep up their energy for this long.
Yes, the anticipation, it's got to kill you, waiting for that one great matchup, especially since Poland was so excited to play Denmark. But hey, dreams do come true. May all your derby dreams come true here at the Men's Roller Derby World Cup. I digress. We have Photon Torpedo, that's right. Dangerous and Science up against Sternbart. Both jammers driven back behind the jammer line and fighting it out, pushing the pack up.
Yep, Sternbart recycled there by Rick Rolled, and then straight into the chest of Rick Rolled with Lil Joker there and Black Blizzard in the wall as Photon Torpedo recycled there by number 22, Rat Attack. But it is Sternbart for Denmark, your lead jammer.
Yes, Sternbart found his way free from that wedge of 3 blockers. Lucky for him.
Yep, and again manages to turn around. Didn't quite get past Lil Joker.
Bit of a spill in turn one. The jam is called. A 3-0 jam in favor of Denmark, taking them to 208 over 58 for Poland. Turing Pest facing off against Pika, a very familiar pairing.
Yep, and a good bit of camaraderie, I think, here between the two jammers, laughing and joking before we start. Both teams super happy to be playing at the Men's Roller Derby World Cup.
Yes.
And they're enjoying this game.
Well, it is a great honor for all who are participating this weekend.
Oh, and Pika finds some space around the outside, bouncing on his toe stops. That was great work from Pika for Team Poland.
Turing Pest still pushing it out in the pack.
Oh, another apex jump for Pika.
I want to see that again.
Yeah.
That's true.
So we've had more lead jammers in this period than the first half for Poland. So they're really finding their niche in this game.
Very true. And that just speaks to your comment about having the moment to reset at halftime and to see something completely different. And it's seeming to work in their favor.
Yep, so we have Turing Pest also out of the pack. But Pika is lead, and he decides to call it because he can. He gets points in that jam, but none for Denmark.
And 9 points to be specific. So taking them to 67 to Denmark's 208. Oh, Special K.
Yeah, we have just been talking to about Special K, actually, to our lovely co-announcer Snuggins of Nottingham. Giving us the lowdown on Special K, how much he loves to jam.
Oh, yes. Last time, he took a star pass in the first half, so this is the first time we've actually seen him take the star at the beginning of a jam. His opposition, Sternbart. Special K powering through the defensive line of Denmark.
And he is your lead jammer, Special K.
And Special K whooping up the team. Hearing some cheers as he pumps his fist around turn one. Back in the pack on the scoring pass.
Yeah, unfortunately, a back block call for Special K. But I think he'll take that.
I think Special K is still having a great time.
Yeah.
Regardless if he's in that cheeseball bearings penalty box or not.
Yeah, they're actually cheering for their team from the penalty box with Gregski there in the penalty box also. But Sternbart for Denmark comes through on some scoring passes. 5 points so far on his first pass. Just the little wall of Rick rolled and little Joker to get round, but he does get round. That's another 5 points for Team Denmark.
Gregski coming hot out of the penalty box. Seeing Sternbart keeping an eye out, aiming for the front of the pack, not able to make it, getting caught up on Nurgle. I apologize. Special K emerging past Nurgle. And Sternbart coming around the outside up the straightaway, but taken out by Rickrolled. Sternbart trying to call the jam, but there's no lead.
No, well, Special K was called lead, wasn't he? And then went to the box. So, yeah. Sternbart expecting to be lead. He has been lead quite a lot in this game, but not in this jam.
Not this time.
So Special K recycled to the outside by by the Denmark skater. That is number 22 for Denmark.
Yes, that is 22.
Rat-a-tack. I found him.
And Rat-a-tack giving Special K a hug as they depart off the track.
Yeah, high fives all the way around for Special K on the Team Poland bench.
Okay. And we're seeing, I do believe, the defensive force of Carmageddon with the star on his helmet.
Okay.
For Denmark up against our favorite scientific name, Photon Torpedo. Up the outside for Poland, lead for Photon Torpedo.
Yep, as we see a bit of a pile up there on turn one for Carmageddon. And he has to go and take a seat in the box for Denmark.
Waste of time, making good use of a hip check and driving out Photon Torpedo.
Photon Torpedo now on a power jam for Poland.
Nurgle.
Hit to the outside.
Courtesy of Nurgle, who is off to the penalty box at this very moment. 5 points up for Photon Torpedo.
And calls the jam. Cupid, the bench coach, saying, yeah, why not? Why not call it? fewer leads as we see an official review called by Team Poland. So we'll bring the details of that official review as soon as we get them.
And 5 points up on that last jam for Poland, 227 to 78. Oh, pierogi! That's what you're hearing them cheer in the stands. That's right, the power of pierogies compels them.
So we can bring you some more info on our sponsors. Roller Derby Elite, the brand that is the sport, rollerderbyelite.com. Proud sponsor of Worldwide Roller Derby and platinum sponsor of Team USA. Roller Derby Elite continues to match luxury with technology. Whether you play in a competitive league or skate in the street with your friends, it's all about the experience. So get out there and skate, rollerderbyelite.com.
Okay, our officials are conferring, and we'll hear directly from our head referee with the results of their review.
So I think the skaters are just using this opportunity to get their breath back. I'll see Turing Pest here for Denmark, gathering his breath. Looks like he may be up to jam next for Denmark.
We will wait and see. And once again, we've had some great replay highlights going, courtesy of vmix.com. It's their vMix live streaming software, so thanks for that. It's been quite useful to us. It's always nice when you say, hey, I want to see that again. Okay, our head referee is relaying the message to the teams, and we will await their message.
Check.
Rock with the sound check.
A blocking a down skater penalty was requested by Team White. No additional penalty will be assessed, and they have used their official review.
Okay, that was our head referee, Scabarella, of course, from Manchester Roller Derby. So big up to anybody watching in Manchester at home. And that was the official review.
So the no call stands. Pika has the power start. Now, meanwhile, our Denmark jammer standing in the box, so they were frozen at the end of last jam. They don't have long for this power start, but Pika will take it.
Yep, and that is Carmageddon for Denmark. Straight out of the box, straight into the back of Lil Joker there. And taken off by Adam on the outside.
Pika on the scoring pass with a spin around the outside. Carmageddon caught in back. Both jammers facing some blocker traffic. Oh, Denmark's defense driving back Pika slightly.
And looks like Carmageddon back to the box on a cut penalty. No, an out of play penalty. So he'll be sitting back in the Choose Balls wearing penalty box as we see a power jam for Poland.
Pika's now on a second scoring pass.
Yeah, and I think Pika's capitalized quite well on the power jams he's had for Team Poland so far.
Most definitely. Realizing that the time to hesitate is through.
Yep, some great offense there from the blockers. Rick rolled. That is Lil Joker and Adam. But Pika choosing to call it with Carmageddon just released from the box. I think he was hoping that Carmageddon would stay in the box for the start of the next jam, but Carmageddon was released on the whistle.
Timing is everything, I suppose. And 8 points in that jam from Pika, taking Poland to 86 to Denmark's 227.
Yeah, and next up we have Turing Pest for Denmark. Oh, and we have Jay Ladau for Team Poland.
Oh, a new jammer who we've seen making impact in the pack as a blocker. Ladell going up the inside line, driven inward, but able to emerge, picking up a cut penalty. So putting Ladell in the penalty box. Power jam, oh, there will be 2 penalties.
Yeah, but I think he just gave a bit of verbal feedback to the referee, so he grabbed a insubordination as well.
Okay. Well, Turing Pest will make use of this for sure, especially with lead to his credit.
Yep, as Turing Pest through for 5 points, as we hear that Poland have 8 jammer penalties so far in this half. Turing Pest hitting that 3-wall of Poland at the front. Brutal Impact taking control of the tripod there.
And that's a tripod of Special K.
Oh, that was brutal.
Yes. Ha-ha, I see what you did there. Brutal Impact living up to his name. Black Blizzard off to the penalty box.
Yep, as Turing Pest comes through for another 5 points for Team Denmark. As Jailadao is released at the same time. Bit of 5th blocker action from him there, but then goes to hit the Denmark wall.
Coming back around, still on the initial.
Yep, Jailadao was out, but didn't manage to score any points. That's 14 for Denmark in that jam, taking their score to 241 to Poland 86. Coming up next, we have Photon Torpedo for Poland and Sternbart for Denmark.
So a 4-3 pack advantage for Denmark as we head into this jam. Jam 13 to be specific.
Yep, on Photon Impact, just crossing the jammer line before the whistle, had to cede their position.
Sternbart pushing the pack into the back stretch.
Whoa, and Photon Torpedo torpedoes through the pack, getting lead jammer for Poland. Sternbart kept back by the wall of Poland. Lil Joker and Mad Science with Black Blizzard keeping that wall together, but Sternbart too good for that, gets through. Both jammers out of the pack. We have some jammer on jammer action on the far side of the track.
5-0 in favor of Poland. 91 Poland to 41 Denmark.
Now we're going to see some of that jammer action.
I like to call that a little jammer aggression or perhaps a love tap. It really depends.
I think Sternbart. Why do I keep saying that?
You've created a new beast. Sturmageddon.
Yeah, just giving Photon Torpedo something to think about.
Hashtag Sturmageddon. Okay, Pika is back at it for Poland as opposition knit and run.
Yeah, we've seen these two face up quite often together, this pairing of jammers from the two teams.
Pika, I could give him the nickname Shiny. Okay, knit and run, fighting number 81. That's Brutal Impact, of course, living up to the name. Lead in favor of knit and run.
Yeah, and he's pretty pleased. Big smile to his bench over there from Knit and Run as Pika has just taken off of his feet.
Well, it's a good thing that Knit and Run had some space when he did, because he had to adjust his knee pad. Oh, and deflecting a huge hit from Brutal Impact. I think Brutal Impact was unpleasantly surprised. Okay, Knit and Run, side step in the pack on the inside line, adding 5 to the tally. Total of 10 in this jam.
Yeah, as Pika just can't make his way through that Denmark wall. A little apex hop there from Knit and Run gets him another 5 points for Denmark. And Knit and Run seems to get through the pack without being touched by the Polish blockers that time. Another 5 points for him as we see Pika recycle to the back.
Dam released from the penalty box. So a full staff of blockers on the track.
And we have a few blockers on the floor here for Team Poland.
Brutal Impact was taken to the infield. It seems this point in the game, perhaps some exhaustion amongst those very heavy hits. Oh, check this out. Brutal impact. Knit and run. Laughing over that fantastic hit. I don't know what Brutal Impact said, but Knit and Run was enjoying it. Highest scoring jam of the game so far. That was 30 points, courtesy of Knit and Run, bringing that score to 271 over Poland's 91. And we heard a blast of pierogi power.
Now we have Jay Liddell for Team Poland. Oh, that is a jammer race, and that was Denmark for lead. That was Turin Pest. But a bit of a race going on there. Nil point for both teams. So next up for Denmark, we have Sternbart.
All I can think of now is Sturmageddon.
Sorry.
No, it's like a movie title. You can see, or the name for a game or doubleheader. And Sternbart and Carmageddon can be on the cover.
That's wise, Carmageddon.
Yes, it's Sturmageddon. Doubleheader. I don't know. It just, I really don't know, but that's where my mind has gone at this point. But during this fantastic team timeout, we have a replay of our officials conferring, because, you know, they have things to talk about, official rules and such, to keep everyone safe here at the Men's Roller Derby World Cup. Let's talk about Quad Skate Shop, Europe's original brick and mortar skate shop. Outstanding selection with a delivery guarantee. You can check them out online at quadrollerskateshop.com. And not to mention Cheese Balls bearings. They are the most reliable, longest lasting bearing available at affordable prices. Check them out online or at your local skate shop, cheeseballs.com, and that's a Z in cheese. It's like vegan cheese with a Z. I buy vegan mac and cheese and it's spelled with a Z. I love it. Okay. Sternbart.
Yep. Back to the action with Sternbart and Photon Torpedo. Photon Torpedo railing up the audience with some pierogi power.
And I know we mentioned earlier, we were talking about Sternbart's goatee. I did not notice the serious handlebar mustache he has going on.
Yeah.
That just adds to the mystique of Sturmageddon.
Yeah, but you know what? Photon Torpedo's pretty good in the facial hair department
Most
also.
definitely. Well, and just in general, the braid department, it's pretty beast. But it is Sternbart. I'm sorry, now I can't even say his name. Sternbart with lead for Denmark.
Yeah, but Photon Torpedo also out of the pack.
We have three Poland blockers up front doing their best to hold back Sternbart, forcing the call. And we're seeing a discussion with Mad Science over perhaps lack of a call that he was inquiring about. We'll find out. But on the line, that is Turing Pest for Denmark up against Pika.
Yep. Same matchup again. So we have a slight blocker advantage Team Poland here. 4 blockers with 1 Denmark blocker in the box. So hopefully Pika can capitalize this. But it is Turing Pest who is out first, but is not lead jammer. Pika has gained lead status, so lead jam for Poland.
A big hit from Rick Rolled, taking Turing Pest back into turn 3.
Oh, and a great hip flip there on the outside by Pika. Gets him round for some points. That is 4 points for that pass. As we have Lil Joker, Rick Rolled, Black Blizzard. For Team Poland holding that wall together. As we see Poland hit the century mark. I think that's the pierogi power that you can hear in the background, cheering on Pika.
Peck slowing down in the backstretch. We have 2 Denmark blockers taking the front. Oh, scaling back a bit.
But unfortunately, Pika picks up a cut penalty. So we see a power jam to Turing Pest. Of course, this will run for 2 minutes, so another 25 seconds or so left in this jam for Turing Pest to score some points. Just Rick Roll and Lil Joker to get past. We have Black Blizzard and a Unique again for Team Poland in the wall, keeping back Turing Pest. He's not having an easy time. That was a big hit there by Rick Rolled.
And Denmark holding Black Blizzard in the back of the pack to establish control.
And Lil Joker there with a hit at the end, but helps Turing Pest to his feet at the end of that jam. That's great camaraderie between those two teams.
And it was a 12-4 jam in favor of Poland. Oh, 12-9. So 103 for Poland, 284 for Denmark. And it appears the last jam is upon us.
Yep. We have 3 blockers on track each. We have 2 blockers in the box, 1 from each team, as we see Photon Torpedo and Knit and Run on the jam line.
Oh, we're having a friendly chat. Photon Torpedo and Nurgle right now, perhaps conversing.
You can see our pierogi
The pierogi power. The
going
power
in the audience.
Power of pierogies compels them.
I think we see a couple of skaters there as well.
And they are having the time of their lives, as they should be, here in Barcelona.
And there's the whistle, Photon Torpedo and Knit and Run. And Photon Torpedo is lead jammer for Poland. As we see Knit and Run held at the back there by the Poland blockers. And Knit and Run is on a penalty, a forearms penalty, I believe. Oh, cutting penalty, sorry. So we have a power jam in favor of Poland, Photon Torpedo.
Nurgle taking on Rickrolled. That's a tough combo, but Nurgle able to get to his teammate in the front of the pack.
Yep, Photon Torpedo taken off to the inside there by the Denmark blockers.
Jay Liddell playing some clutch offense as Pivot shouldering out against Nurgle.
Yep, as Photon Torpedo goes around Carmageddon.
Waste of time, able to take Photon Torpedo out. Jay Liddell to the Cheeseballs Bearings penalty box. Mad Science taking back Knit and Run.
Yep, Photon Torpedo recycled to the back by Denmark.
Knit and Run in the wedge, presented by a trio of Poland blockers, drawn back into turn 1. Knit and Run breaks the pack.
Yep, that was his initial pass, if you can believe it, with 12 seconds to go in this jam. As Photon Torpedo toe stops around on the inside, gets through, 5 points for Poland. And that is our unofficial score.
All of the hugs, yes, the camaraderie at its best right before us.
So 2 points picked up by Knit and Run there at the end of that jam, taking Denmark to 286, Poland to 118 points.
The pierogi power driving force for Poland in the second half.
Definitely.
And up next, we will have a post-game interview.
Awesome.
So we'll wait for that. And of course, after track 2's game finishes up, we'll have coverage live from our studio as well. So again, the 286 Denmark, 118 Poland, that is officially final. And that's game 40 closing out the day here at the Men's Roller Derby World Cup 2018 live in Barcelona. I am Beautiful Banshee with Suffolk Punch, of course.
Yep. And we're just seeing some cheers here from the team. Poland and Denmark.
Our camera crew getting some great shots of the team celebrating. Denmark completely stoked over their win.
Oh, I just got a waft of the Denmark bench smell over here.
Oh,
that was lovely.
Oh, the smell of Derby late in the day. Okay, we have our points per jam for the whole game. Look at that. It dips, it jumps, it's all over the place.
That is a roller coaster
Yeah,
of a point spread.
I mean, holy bar chart, Batman. Really? But you're seeing those strong points in the game for Poland with 15 and 20 points. They had a 15-point jam back in the first half. They had another 15-point jam, and 20 being their highest. But the highest scoring jam of the game went to Denmark, 30 points. So definitely putting in work. And I believe we will have the post-game interview coming from Battered Sausage with Rickrolled.
Yep, so we're just waiting for the tech guys to be ready for this interview. So you can see all the skaters are sort of finishing off. The track repair will be going on, making sure the track's perfect for the next day.
That's right, and we'll take it over to Battered Sausage with Rickrolled.
Hi, I'm Battered Sausage. I am here with the captain of Team Poland, Rickrolled. How are you doing? How did that go for you? I know the numbers say something else, but you guys fought really hard.
He's saying he can't hear you.
You can hear me? No? They're saying no.
They're saying yes. They're saying yes.
Okay, sorry about that, everyone. Totes profesh as usual. Okay, let's try that again, Rick. So here's Rickrolled, the captain of Team Poland. This is Team Poland's first World Cup and your first World Cup. How's it been so far?
It's been amazing. It's been a real lot of fun for everyone. The guys are ecstatic about being here. It's been a long journey in a way from watching it from where it started with Cash Overflow that set it all up for us. Yeah, it's just been amazing. The whole experience is amazing.
Yeah, I was going to say, how long have you guys been going now? I've been sort of following it roughly on Facebook, so it's not been that long, has it?
No, it's probably been, I think, 12 months now since our very first game that we all met and got together in, well, we played DHR, I think it was our first game, and that's our first meeting and where it came from. And honestly, so far from this weekend, what I've seen them do is just amazing.
That's incredible. I can't believe it's just been a year. I believe last time Spain were the newcomers and they put in a bid. Do you think Poland will be putting in a bid for the next Men's World Cup?
I know they've already been talking about it.
Oh, brilliant. So how does it compare to, normally you train with Southern Discomfort. They're based in London. That's how I know you. So yeah, I'm not going to act like I don't know you. So how does that compare?
In what sense?
In all the senses.
Look, the guys, the training with the guys at SDRD is always tough. It's always intense, but there's a lot of love. And it's the same with Poland, the amount of love that they have for the game itself, how much they smile and enjoy themselves, and they put everything they can on track. Look, SDRD level is different, but this is a team of people that have been training for maybe 10 sessions, I'd like to say. We only train once a month, so there's not much we can do about that. But watching how much they've already progressed in just those 10 sessions to what we've been able to do with this, it's just amazing.
And one last thing, Rickrolled. Are you ever going to give us up?
Never going to give you up.
You ever going to let us down?
I don't even know all the words.
You ever run around and desert us?
Never.
Never. Brilliant. So this is Rickrolled, captain of the Poland Men's Roller Derby World Cup team. I'm Battered Sausage, and hopefully we'll see you all tuning in tomorrow. Good night.